you know, a lot of people, when they're huge fans of something, you get big crowds for like this Paper Towns tour. It's usually for a franchise, not for an author. So what is it about a John Green story that you think resonates with people so much?
I'll answer that.
Thank God, because I didn't want to.
Well, I think that, you know, John really trusts his audience, and he writes these characters that are real people instead of just these idealized versions of what we usually see in the movies. And so the audience can see themselves in the characters and see that they're flawed, and that doesn't mean that, you know, they're different, and they can really relate. And I think that's why everyone loves the books and the movies so much is they see themselves in it, and it's reassuring.
It's also because of John's good looks.
Yeah, I mean, that's obvious.
I mean, right. I think I have to. I think some of the credit too has to go to the amazing community that's been built up the last 8 years around the videos that my brother and I make. I think that community is just so supportive and strong, and I wish that were about us or that we controlled it, but I think like they've built stuff around our videos that are much bigger than anything that we do. So I think that's part of it too.
Very cool. Now, a road trip plays a pretty huge role in this story. If you guys could go anywhere with anybody, where would you go? Who would you go with?
Nat, first off, Nat, can we just answer this question together?
1, 2, 3.
Grand Canyon. I knew he was going to say Grand Canyon.
Awesome.
Sorry, I get so excited because I know what he's like. When I know a Nat answer, I get so excited. We would also take Halston, but
Thanks, guys.
I would really like.
She's
to go,
on the maybe.
I would really like to go to the Grand Canyon with Nat, but he can't drive.
I can't. I have
No,
a license. I
he
got
would
a
drive
license
off
for the movie.
cliff. It would be the scariest.
No, it would be like
thing.
Thelma and Louise.
I'm anxious.
It would be an
thinking about
accidental
it.
film.
He can't drive. Nat.
So I got a license for Paper Towns. I didn't have a license before we started filming, and then Fox called me and they said, Nat, you're doing a road trip movie. You should probably get your license, because I grew up in New York and never got my license. And I passed my license test by about 2 points. And
so you're perfectly ready for a big road trip.
No,
perfectly
it's
ready.
something fundamentally wrong with
crashed
the way
into
that,
a trash can about 3 weeks ago with Justice, who plays Radar. Crashed into a trash can and drove it into a wall.
It happens,
Things
right?
happen.
He's a terrible driver, and the state of New York, there's something wrong with their licensing system.
I'm still scared.
I said to somebody recently, I was like, but don't you space out a lot when you drive? And they said, no. Yeah.
That's what happens?
Well, I think I just go somewhere else. I'm not sure. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, John, I know I've looked you up on YouTube. I know you've asked them a lot of questions during filming and stuff, kind of rapid fire stuff. So I kind of want to turn that on all of you and ask a little more rapid fire stuff.
All right.
Favorite road trip snack?
Oh,
Red Vines.
Awesome.
wow. Power bars.
Ooh. Chocolate? Which ones?
Red Vine Power Bars.
All right. Weirdest landmark you've seen?
Oh boy.
That's
I'm gonna,
you.
I'm gonna
I'm
win.
not even
I'm gonna
gonna.
win this. Going
Wait,
away.
ready?
You don't know.
String. One ball of string.
I'm just gonna answer the question.
Probably good.
I went on a road trip with my college
Ball of
girlfriend.
twine.
In which we saw many of the world's largest balls, including 3 competing world's largest balls of twine, the world's largest ball of stance, which is in Omaha, Nebraska, the world's largest ball of paint, which is in Indiana, the world's largest ball of rubber bands, many other world's largest ball of popcorn. That was an incredible one. But I've also said the craziest thing I've ever probably seen is a Carhenge, which is an exact replica of Stonehenge built out of junked cars in Nebraska.
Yep, been there.
Yeah, it's awesome, isn't it?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, it's very strange. And it also is in the middle of nowhere, so you have to drive for 9 hours to get there, and then you're like, oh yeah, this is exactly like Stonehenge. And then you're there for like 10 minutes, and you're like, guess we should leave.
What about the rest of you guys?
1, 2, 3. Grand Canyon.
Yeah, I don't know.
They're young, they've never traveled, they've always been making movies.
I'm
Oh,
looking
yeah.
at John
We got to
right
see.
now.
We got to see the. We got to go to the Eiffel Tower, take some pictures a couple
That's
weeks
cool.
ago, and we got to do some cool. Get to do some.
We got to
cool
go to the
stuff.
Christ the Redeemer statue in Rio.
Christ the Redeemer statue.
Yeah, see,
was
that's
cool.
big stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, okay, first
Saw
celebrity
Guernica
crush.
painting.
First what?
First celebrity crush.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Wow.
Good choice.
Romeo and Juliet. 8th
Wow.
grade English class.
Wow.
Happened.
Wow, I am old. I am old. I shall wear the bottoms of my trousers rolled. What were we talking about? It's from T.S. Eliot poem.
What's yours?
My first celebrity crush? Madonna?
Ooh.
All right.
She's
Mine's
so
kind of
cool.
odd. Drew, not odd, but Drew Barrymore.
I had a
not
long-term
that odd.
crush on Drew Barrymore.
Yeah.
It has not ended. It is ongoing.
It may never.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, favorite superhero.
Spider-Man.
Batman.
No.
Dude,
No,
John hates
Batman
He's
is
good
just
to
a
get mad.
billionaire with an affinity for bats.
Superman, but I did
He's
that
not a
together.
superhero.
Superman, I used to have 2 outfits when I was a kid. It was just 2 Superman costumes because I'd cry anytime my parents tried to take it off, so I'd fall asleep and they'd have to change me and put me in the other Superman
I had
costume
that with
and
Snow
wash
White.
their Superman costume.
I was
yeah.
Snow White, and I wouldn't take it off. It was so ratty and gross.
Yeah.
I loved it.
First of all, I think Snow White counts as superhero if you just
Yeah,
want
Snow White's kind
go
of a
with
cool
that.
superhero.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, now she is. I don't know, Wonder Woman. That's my favorite superhero.
Awesome.
For sure. Why is
Fantastic.
there not a Wonder Woman movie? It's
Well,
ridiculous.
There needs
There's
to
a
be.
new Wonder Woman in the thing, and then they're making a spin-off movie. So
Are they?
Boom.
Yeah, so it'll come out in 2026. We'll have our first female superhero movie in just
Maybe.
15 short years.
Well, Marvel's making Captain Marvel, so we'll get something.
Something.
All right. What's one thing most people don't know about you?
I really, 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 really love soccer, and I spend almost all of my leisure time watching football matches.
Awesome.
I grew up riding horses for 8 years, so that was my life.
I pretend to like soccer and horses to make these 2 happy.
Gotta do what you gotta do. Gotta keep your job, right?
Yeah.
Guilty pleasure foods.
I try not to feel guilty about any
Yeah.
of my pleasures.
I'm like, what? Yeah, same. No.
But Cheetos, because I
Salt
feel
and vinegar chips.
really.
Oh, those are good.
That's such
When
a
you put them in a
minor.
sandwich?
That's such a minor.
I just like salt and vinegar chips. I'm not sure. I don't feel like guilty.
You should see me with one of those big bag of Cheetos, and then at the end, just everything is covered in orange, and it is a little shameful. I feel a little ashamed.
Awesome. Weirdest thing you've received from a fan?
Oh, that's an interesting question.
I got a sign yesterday that said, "Hey Nat, my dad's pregnant." That was pretty
Okay,
weird.
sure.
That's
I
pretty
was
weird.
just like, "Cool."
Halston?
Yeah. I've gotten just kind of like some nice things, like photo collages that I like. No weird signs. Like I don't get Nat, have my kids. I've never gotten that.
Well, that would be weird if
Weird
you
if
got
you got
that.
that.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
it'd be weird. I've gotten 4 or 5 ukuleles.
Okay.
So
Oh.
I think that would probably
That's cool.
got a nice
That's
Yeah.
really
ukulele
cool.
collection.
Why do you
put
get
them
so
on,
many
like, a
ukuleles? I
wall.
want some
I don't know.
ukuleles.
Well, I'll try. I'll give you one.
Cool. All right. Well, what do you guys like to do in your free time when you're not out making movies or writing books?
I really love spending time with my family. I've got 2 little kids, 5 and 2, and I love just going to the woods with them, walking in the woods with them, and just kind of doing nature walks and that kind of thing. That's my favorite thing to do.
Same. I like being home.
You like
being
being with
them.
John's family?
Do you like hanging out with my
John's
kids?
family.
Yeah. You do
Yeah.
like my wife a lot.
I love Sarah. Hang out with Sarah.
I'm in a band with my brother, so when we're not working on film or something, we're always like playing shows and recording. So.
Very cool. Well, I enjoyed the movie last night. You guys have a big day ahead of you here in Dallas with the Paper Towns tour. Got to see a lot of fans. You've made a couple stops though already, right? Or
Yeah.
How's it been so far?
Oh, it's amazing. I mean, it's an amazing.
Yeah.
It's just astonishing that thousands of people would come out to say hi to us. So we're having a great time, and we just feel so grateful to all of them. I mean, right now, like there's lots of kids in line, and yeah, we're grateful to them and hoping that they stay hydrated.
Unless
Awesome.
they don't bring us ukuleles, and there we go.
Okay, so now we know how to make you happy. Maybe if we can get this video up before
Bunch
before
of
tonight.
yous.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for your time. I really
Thank you.
appreciate it.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Yeah, it's great to talk to you.